Try that there, guys. It's Tuesday, yeah. Tuesday. So yesterday I did some work on the Bronco, but in the morning while I was out driving around, there was I ran onto a looked like a 6x6 Jeep, right? And you know, with tandem rear axles. I actually think it's just a 4x4 Jeep with an extra axle on it. I kind of tracked him down this morning, but I'll post a picture of that right now. Yeah, I kind of figured they're from around here somewhere, right? And sure enough, it's a product from Pinnacle Limousines. They do stretch limousines and stuff like that. So this is, I guess, like a Jeep limousine. So I tracked them down to their shop, and then I went on the website there and checked them out. Yeah, they do all kinds of crazy stretches and stuff like that. Hummers and custom trucks. I want to do some more work on this, but man, it's just hot out here. I think I'm gonna get my Easy Up out and work on that exhaust leak. The Walker cat system I put on here seems to be a little out of whack. The spread, right? It's 2 into 1. Right side, left side. What was it? Right side, yeah. And what I noticed after thinking about it for a while, when I go to tighten the flanges up, one side leaks. I'll loosen it up and I'll reconfigure them, trying to make sure they're on there sitting right, and then now the other side leaks. So I monkeyed around with that a couple of times. Now I'm thinking, you know what? The spread on there is probably just a little off. So I'm thinking I'll loosen that up, and I'll cut the crossover pipe down the middle, and then fit them back up, and see what it looks like. It's probably off just a little bit, so the spread isn't working right. It's a little cooler though, but I got work to do. I'm trying to I'm gonna fix that small leak on the exhaust on the Bronco there. What I suspect is that the Walker catalytic converter system I got is not fitting up correctly. It's just a little off, you know. On a V8 you got exhaust manifold on the right, one on the left, and they tee together, you know. And they got to match up, right, with the exhaust manifold. I think there's a hair off. Because I've had issues with leaks. It's either on one side or the other. And there's no gasket in there, okay? People say, put a gasket in there. It doesn't take a gasket. It's a ball and socket type setup, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the crossover pipe in half and then fit them back up. This came just today, finally. This is the Walker catalytic converter for this 1995 Ford Bronco with 5.8 V8 351. Actually has 2 catalytic converters on it. Goes together something like that. Comes all fabbed up with the white pipe, flanges. Has connectors for your oxygen sensors. So there's a crossover pipe right there. I think I'm going to unbolt it from the headers, or from the, yeah, it does have headers. Exhaust manifold. Cut it in the middle. Because the OD changes on the bends, right? You don't want to cut it on the bends, you want it right about there. And then bolt it back up. And we'll see what it looks like. Well guys, this came apart really easy. I put a little WD-40 on the bolts there and walked away for a while, came on back, and once I cracked those bolts, the nuts, boop, everything just, so that's good. That's a good sign, right? Had enough room to get the Sawzall in there. Cut that part, and for those of you who don't know what these look like, see there's the flanger. These bolt up to the header, and the header's got, the header has like a ball on it. It slips in there and you just tighten them up. So well guys, this is no fun. You know, I got plenty of room to work because I got it up on the ramps. But my arms are just a little short when it comes to the flange bolts on the headers there. Making it a little tough. I'm trying to fit it up, so I had to go and get some something to fit this stuff up with. I was looking for a coupling that slips on here, a slip coupling. Put the two pieces up. Of course, O'Reilly's didn't have them. They were out of that particular size. It's a 2.5. So hey, Ace Hardware plumbing coupling right here. A banded coupling. Now this is just to fit things up. This makes it real easy to tighten and loosen. Because I got to get in there. Those are a bitch. This bolt's easy. It's the one in the back. I can hardly get my hand in there to start the bolt. Wow guys, this is like a start and stop thing. It drives me nuts because I'm trying to actually accomplish something here, and you got to stop, get the camera out. Got to turn the volume down on the radio because otherwise I'll get a copyright infringement. Maybe I'll get a little frustrated because I haven't had breakfast or nothing and it's already 1 o'clock. Yeah, I just got up this morning and hey, let's get to work, right? Grab a cup of coffee and get busy. Looking for inspiration, right? So, this is what it looks like after I snug the bolts up on the flanges. There's like no gap on there. I was anticipating a gap. In other words, I thought these two halves, going up to the headers there were too wide. That's why I was leaking. But apparently, look at it, it's butted up. So instead of too wide, they were too narrow. That's why it wasn't. Hopefully this will do it, because I figure when I cut it, I took out, what, 1/8 of an inch? And like I said, it didn't have a bad leak, but just enough. Alright guys, there you have it. Fit pretty good. Just might work. We've got pipe clamps like this in the plumbing business. The only thing is there's usually a gasket in there, a rubber seal, and you do repairs with. They work. This is interesting. Look at it, shiny. Ooh, can go fast now. See, I can get to the nuts with a ratchet and an extension on the bottom, but to hold the top bolt, the top head, I got to stretch my arm in there, and luckily I got a little stubby wrench. Where'd it go? That works pretty good. See, this one here, it fits in there just right, so I can wedge it in there, and hopefully it don't fall and hit me in the face like they've done before, you know? What are you on, smelly dog? Huh? Yuck. Get out of here, you stink. Smelly dog. Smelly dog. Well guys, you know what? It sounds better. Sounds a bit quieter. Now I still got a little leak on that clamp on the bottom where the bolts are, so it's not bad. And as far as the flanges go, how I checked those was start the engine, and before the engine gets too hot, you know, stick your hand up there and feel around the flange. You'll be able to feel the air blowing out if there is any leaks. You know, you feel the hot air blowing on you. You do this while the engine's cold, otherwise you might burn your hand on them pipes, right? That was kind of where it's wild, because it's so much quieter now. So I think I took care of that leak problem. And what I used was one of these clamps. Put it back together here. It's called a Nicholson's Exhaust Solutions 360 Safety Seal. Works pretty good. Has a little leak, but nothing bad. I mean, you can't even hear it. So that worked for me. I just retightened everything, hit everything with the impact wrench and impact, you know, blurt gun. What do they call those? Rattle guns. Now here's another issue I've had with this truck for some years now, and it kind of drives me nuts. I've had these tires balance and rebalance and balance, and sometimes some shops do a better job than others. Okay, but I still get a shake at highway speeds, and somebody mentioned this the other day on another Bronco website. Look at these drums here. Normally you'll see a weights on here because they're balanced. These are aftermarket. I don't know when I got them or where I got them, but I figured let's take the wheel off and look at these real quick. And sure enough, there's no weights on here. So are these what's giving me that shake at highway speeds for all these years? Yeah. That's a big issue when you're going on long drives. Noise and shakes, right? That's why it's much enjoyabler to drive the Colorado. It's quiet, doesn't shake and rattle. Especially if you're going for 2-3 hour drives, you know. In fact, so I ordered some drums from Summit Racing. Now they had cheap drums for $28, Bendix, but they had some pretty bad reviews on the quality. So they had some called Centric. Actually, I have two kinds of Centric drums. I got the most expensive ones, which were $52 each. These are, it says mill balanced. Okay. So, you know what? Hopefully that works. Not gonna hurt nothing. Next thing I want to do on the Bronco is see about that headliner. It's another $400 for the headliner and dash cover. Might be worth it though, you know. We'll see. Well, anyways, it's a happy 4th of July. It's Wednesday. City's having the fireworks show tonight, so I don't want to be out driving nowhere. Streets are already packed right now. All the little side streets around like a city park. Traffic jam. So I went out, grabbed myself a beer, and I'll probably just edit this video and upload it. All for you, yeah. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and throw some comments in there. I will be working on this Colorado. I'm gonna fit some Coney raids up to it. Heavy track raids. My next project, once I get the struts, are coming from Germany. Once I got the struts in, I gotta fit some springs. And I'm not looking for lift springs. I'm looking for standard height 600-pound springs though, 650s. I can get a deal on them, but I gotta know the length. I don't know what the length is. I don't need bigger springs. So learn as you go, right? Plenty